final little piece in the jigsaw that he has been battling with since his time actually as national chairman back in, I'd say, probably 1993 or that way. And he's really kept his eye on the ball right to all. And this was a very, very difficult case. Last week, the Labour Court ruled in favour of the unions on a number of important issues that have been unilaterally changed by the HSEEA when they published their rule book on conditions of employment applicable to staff. They ruled that the arrangements that were in place with regard to the method of application of sick pay scheme for fixed-term employees before the change should continue to apply. They ruled that the accrual of annual leave during sick leave should be in accordance with the Department of Finance Circular 2703. Delegates will recall that the P&A were the first union to make this claim in a comprehensive submission to the employers. We are delighted that the court ruled in our favour. They ruled that members can accrue annual leave in respect of hours worked in excess of contracted hours, again as provided by Department of Finance Circular 2703. They recommended that further talks should take place between the parties relating to entitlements in respect of public holidays during sick leave, and if agreement cannot be reached within 2 months, it may be referred back to the court. Niall Hunter, editor of IrishHealth.com, posed the question HSE or KGB in an article posted on their website on the 21st of the 9th last year. I would agree with him, but having regard to the foregoing, I wouldn't want to insult the KGB. Head Office will issue a much more comprehensive circular on the detail of these significant wins in the coming weeks. I also wish to deal briefly with a couple of other issues. A review of the Life Assurance and Income Protection Scheme has resulted in significant improvements in the scheme, but with no increase in premiums. The main benefits are as outlined in the scheme booklet available from the corn market representatives here today, and a detailed synopsis was contained in the last issue of our journal. And despite the very good protection that this scheme provides at reasonable cost, it remains the case that less than half of our membership have joined the scheme. Quite frankly, the mind boggles. That's Seamus Murphy's words, and he keeps on saying it actually. None of us would drive our cars without insurance. Most of us have health insurance, but this is surely the most important cover of all: protection for your family in the event of, God forbid, your untimely death, or for yourself and your family in the event of you becoming permanently disabled. This isn't something that we are selling and getting commission on. The more people that join the scheme, the more the premium will reduce, and an increase in membership benefits the membership. The next piece of good news is that a review of the car insurance cover with car market was also carried out. Again, we've negotiated significant improvements while maintaining the premiums at last year's rates. There are numerous additional benefits, too many to include here, but if you can still afford to run a car, you will find the full list in the last issue of our journal or from the car market representatives attending conference. We have also negotiated significant reductions in the cost of health cover with the VHI. If you join the new nurses scheme, savings of more than $200 per annum can be made on a similar plan to the current VHI Plan B options. There's a little bit unscripted as well. To those members and members' family members who are seriously ill at present, we wish you strength and offer our prayers and thoughts, in particular to Johnny Gahan and Joan Murphy and their families. I want to say a big congratulations to the office team, aided by some voluntary help. The opening of our new offices in the appropriately named The Waterways was a dignified, happy and joyful occasion, and hundreds of retired branch officers, founder members and family representatives, current officers from all quarters and members turned up. A special word of thanks again to Father P.J. Madden, former General Secretary, who took care of the prayers and the blessings, and again to Minister John Maloney, who kindly gave of his scarce time and officially opened the offices. Well done to all, and a wonderful occasion, despite all the doom and gloom of last summer. Members, it's your building. Come and visit and see what a fine job your committees have done. To Martin Fitzpatrick, a thank you for all your hard work, pleasantness and good humour over the last 7 years. Again, I single out the National Treasurer and his Finance Committee, John Borden, Liz, Peter and Jerry, on a very vigilant and successful financial year. Well done, lads. Minister, the P&A are willing and capable of working with you and your department in providing the best care and services possible to the most vulnerable of our citizens. Meet us halfway. You're better off with the P&A inside the tent. I want to finish by expressing my delight that John Redican from the National Service Users Executive joined us at conference this year and presented research about how the consumer views psychiatric services. John will be aware that this organisation has always fought to develop and enhance services for our service users, and that for many years the P&A was oft times the only advocate, particularly where the closure of services was providing no alternative for the client. We hope to work closely with John and the National Service Users Executive to ensure a proper, adequate and appropriate range of services for those suffering mental ill health. Last but not least, I wish to thank you, the delegates, the branch officers and committee members who give so generously of your time to this organisation on a voluntary basis. Without you, we couldn't survive. Without you, we would not be the vibrant organisation that we are, fighting for members, but also fighting for our patients and clients. We remain, as always, in your debt. And just finally, also, it has been a pleasure to work with the outgoing officer board and the full-time staff over the last difficult and very busy year. Plenty of debate, discussion and different opinions, but never personal and no residual tensions. Thank you, delegates.